Hello, this is Simracing Corner. In this video I am testing my DIY TrackIR head tracker. This builds upon my series of head tracking videos for sim racing, testing some different budget options. As with the previous reviews, we're running F1 2018 at the same track as before to ensure a fair comparison across the board. This DIY project cost under £15 for the components, mainly sourced from eBay, and some 3D printed parts I printed out myself. It took about a couple of hours to build this. It's not too difficult really. This DIY TrackIR consists of a 3D printed frame, 3 infrared LEDs, a single quarter watt resistor, some electrical wire, heat shrink tubing, a USB cable, a solder and some hot glue. We also need a PlayStation 3 eye camera, which has been modded to remove the infrared filter and replaced with a visible light filter. For the light filter, I'm using a small section cut out of the magnetic data surface of a 3.5 inch floppy disk. This assembled TrackIR attaches to a pair of headphones with a Velcro strap. There's no build guide in this video, I'm just testing the performance, and this should be a fair comparison to all other DIY TrackIR builds that you can buy pre-built or build yourself, as they're basically constructed from the same components. So if you're interested in one of these DIY TrackIRs, keep watching, as this will provide some insight in how well they perform in sim racing. I am considering filming a build guide for a future video if there's any interest in that, so let me know in the comments. So let's drop into F1 2018. We're using Opentrack as a software interface between the hardware and the game. I've already tuned Opentrack to my liking, and we're using 2 degrees of freedom for this tracking, which means panning up and down and left and right tracking. This first test is in the garage to check out the speed and accuracy of the tracking. You can see from my head movement it's keeping up even with rapid movements, and there's no perceivable lag. The accuracy is spot on, it feels very natural. This is a really good start. Now we're on track at Spa. If the tracking can keep up in an F1 car, then you can be certain that no matter what sim racing title we use this head tracking with, there will be no problems at all. During this test, the tracking was quite exemplary, just as the garage test demonstrated before. The tracking remained quick and accurate throughout. The placement of the PlayStation camera is set to the left side, as you can see in the video, which isn't the optimal position. Ideally centered on top of the monitor is where it should be placed. However, this didn't work for me as my monitor is too high with the camera sat on top. I found the camera looking down at the tracker while placed on the top of the monitor was having an issue with the top LED covering the center LED due to the acute angle, and this caused severe tracking issues for me, and so the reason for my camera placement. And considering this, the tracking is still great. The only limitation is if I turn my head very far to the right, the tracking will be lost. But while lapping on this circuit, just moving my head around naturally, there was no loss in tracking. In previous head tracking videos, we've reviewed FaceTrack No IR and the Aiologs marker, and we used a PlayStation 3 eye camera for all of those tests. I have to say, this head tracking solution is the best of the lot, closely followed by the Aiologs marker and FaceTrack No IR in last place. I couldn't say how well a DIY TrackIR compares to the commercial TrackIR. I haven't had an opportunity to try one of those, but that costs over 10 times more than my DIY build, and it's certain it's not going to be 10 times better in performance. So, if you want a premium head tracking solution, build one yourself and you won't be disappointed. You can use this in sim racing titles, flight sims, and used widely in Elite Dangerous. It's quite awesome and works with many games. If you found this video useful, please hit the like to support my channel and consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. And please feel free to drop in your comments below the video. Let me know if you use head tracking and what you use. So this ends another video, and thanks for watching. Happy simming out there. Take care and bye bye for now.